Part two of the girl that tried really, really, really hard to be my friend and would tell me she admired me and she really secretly hated me. So this is part two. At this point, I'm just feeling little vibes just because there was these two girls that I cut off last year who still considered me their friends, by the way, who up until even a few days ago, one of our friends was like, oh, they said that you guys are just not talking. I said, no, we are not friends. Like, I ended our friendship. But anyway, that's not even a story. That's like very simple. I just ended a friendship. And she had known about this, right? And it was weird because she started doing really catty things. Now, this all happened within just a few days, guys, okay? I wasn't even seeing her in the group, but I guess I didn't check. I wasn't checking. There's so many guys. You guys have to understand. I talked to like 12 or 13 women in 1 week. I hang out with a lot of women. I love women. My greatest blessings and my greatest problems in life are those of women friendship. What a blessing to say that. It's not boys, it's not family, it is women, friends, girlfriends. I put a lot of time into that. That's my calling, and that is just the movement that I do. Moms, not even, I have a lot of friends who are not moms. Anyway, so she knew about this, and she ends up like finding. I have to go because guys, I still have the receipts. Okay, she finds like someone's Instagram, which is very weird, and then she sends it to me, and she's like, "Is this the girl that you stopped talking to?" I said yes. And she doesn't say anything. I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "Very interesting." All of you girls are gonna know what's happening. Like, all of you girls are gonna be like, that's freaking weird. Why would someone that claims to want to be your friend or kind of becoming your friend do that? I don't know. I didn't really think about it. I just said, can you talk? I said, no, I said, call me. And she's like, oh, I can't right now. I'm busy. You guys know how that goes. That catty stuff of like, oh, ha, like, I'll let you know when I have it. Very immature, very weird. So I didn't tell anyone anything. I just kept it in here, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna keep my distance from her because I can already see the jealousy and the cattiness coming out for nothing. I didn't do anything to her. And now she's going and like finding people's profiles. Very, very weird. Also, just a disclaimer, she did tell me that she didn't have any female friends and that she really needed me because she didn't have any female friends. Red flag, I'm 38, I should learn. Women that say that to me are not good friends. When you don't have friends, when you don't have friendships, you are the problem. When you can't keep a relationship but fight for men, you are the problem. Put that energy into women. Put that energy into friendships with women. It helps us. It's healthy for us. Anyway, that's another video as well. But so that ends up happening. I leave it alone. I'm busy. I'm busy with my engagement group on Instagram, I send them videos every day. Just, hey, let's do this today. Let's grow. Let's this motivational. All my girlies love me. I love all my girlies. There's a girl in there I've been friends with since we were 12. There's another girl I've been friends with. Probably our parents knew each other before we even knew we weren't even born. Maybe I was one. I have long-term friendships. You know, my best friend that I just had a fight with of over 25 years. We just had a fight and got through that and got a lot closer from it. Yes, friendships, okay? So this girl's telling me she has no friends and she really wants to be my friend. And so throughout the last couple days, I've been sending her encouragement. We talked about our children. This is where it went wrong. We talked about our children and she was like, oh, this is what I do for my kids. Now, with my best friend, she does the same thing. They have their kids in a lot of sports, expensive money, time. Like I tell my best friend, because she never has time for anything. You are an amazing mother. You are so selfless and so beautiful for having your kids in these sports. 2 kids, by the way. She has 2 daughters who have separate schedules, like burning yourself on both ends. It's a beautiful thing you're doing. That's amazing, and they're going to thank you for it. So with Amy Winehouse, I forgot how we got on the topic, but she said she wants her kids to get scholarships or whatever. I said, you know what? Yeah. So she asks me, I didn't ask her, you don't have your kids in sports. I said, I don't have them in organized sports. We do a lot of stuff. Obviously, they were homeschooled up until this year. They finally got to public school. So I'm just telling her a little bit openly because I don't think that it's anything bad. You're telling me that your life is so different and I'm saying you're a good mother. I think that's amazing. I think moms that do organized sports, cheer, whatever, soccer, whatever, wonderful. I have not had to do that one. My kids have not asked. I know the moment they do, guys, I'm going to put them in something. Also, the sport that they mostly did was an individual sport. It was Ninja Warrior and parkour. They did that since they were about 3 and 4. And that's beautiful. You know, I mean, I'm very athletic, but it's an individual sport. I don't have to show up anywhere. And then when they had little competitions, it was like an hour or 2 long once in a while. So, you know, I haven't had to give as much of myself into sports as a lot of good moms do and dads. So that happens, and I could tell by her tone. I'm gonna read you guys the messages so you guys can kind of understand. She's kind of, I feel like she's, again, I hate it because I'm such a person of giving people the benefit of the doubt because I would like that and I don't make assumptions. I'm really trying not to assume that she's upset in her tone. Today I know she was being defensive for whatever reason. People have their own insecurities and their own shortcomings that you don't even know about, and then they act like you see them and you're judging them. I don't. I always thought she was honestly an amazing mom, very involved. All I saw her was come in and out with her kids to go to sports. Very, very, very beautiful. And you guys know I have no qualms about stating my opinion. If you are not a good mom, I'm not going to tell you you're a good mom. And a lot of my close friends throughout the years, especially friends that had kids very young in high school that were still my friends today, I'll tell them you're not a good mom. So again, I'm saying it because I really believed it. She's a shitty friend, but she's a good mom. So she ends up being weird in the messages and kind of being like, oh, well, my kids wanted to do it. I was like, no, that's beautiful. You know, I'm kind of lucky. My kids haven't really bugged, and it's so much time and effort. Like, good for you. Somehow she takes it wrong. And then she ends up writing me some paragraphs, but I'm busy, guys. I'm moving. I'm texting like 20 people in the group chat, like a lot. It's about growing our content. So I'm busy with that. I'm putting like Zoom calls together for women to come together and encourage each other, you know? Anyway, so that happens. And today there was a reel about a dad who was doing exercise with his kids. Hold on. Yesterday, there was another reel that I sent her. There was a mom. And in the caption, she said, I pictured my kids in sports. I pictured my daughter as a cheerleader, as this, as that. Sadly, we spend most of our time in speech therapy. And this is all we can do because she can't be in sports. She can't be in that. Like, we come to speech therapy every single day. And like, basically her whole like schedule is taken up by the therapies that her daughter needs. I sent it to Amy Winehouse because I was like, man, we were just talking about this. Like, how little problems do we have? How am I complaining about a schedule for sports? And you're so lucky this is what I'm thinking. Amy Winehouse is so lucky to take her kids to sports and be busy with that, because we could be busy taking our children to chemotherapy. I have friends whose children had cancer. Like, I don't want to get emotional, but I think about that. So when I see things like that, I'll send them to my friends. She's one of the people I sent it to. Not the only one. Most of my friends get it because they know me from decades, and they're like, we're blessed. Like, it could be worse, you know? I even have a friend who does have to go to a lot of therapies for her child because he has seizures. And she's just like, I'm just blessed to have a good support system. She didn't even take it personally. Like, what do you mean? I have to take you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I send her that, and she's like, what a blessing. My kids were also blah, 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 and this and that. And I'm just blessed to be able to take my kids to sports. I didn't want to read too into that because I was like, well, I sent this as a positive. Everyone else, most of my friends didn't even reply, but the few that did kind of understood it was for a positive. She took it negative. I know that now. Today I sent her another one, and I'll show you guys a screenshot of all the people I sent it to. It was this amazing dad doing exercise with his kids, being crazy. And he says, in order to be a good parent, you have to do more for yourself than for your children. And I was like, well, let's hear it out, because I'm not going to make assumptions, right? I could be like, no, you're an idiot. We have to do more for our children, because you guys know, like, everything should be for our children. He basically says, you have to do more for yourself, but also parent while they do stuff for themselves. For example, my kids, like, they mop, they sweep. He doesn't mean leave them there and go do your hair. He means, like, parent, but don't put your hands in it too much. They have to learn. They have to learn to do it. And as I'm listening, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And I'm thinking about Amy Winehouse too. And I'm like, wow, she does so much for her children, and they do so much for themselves. Like, you are a selfless mother. Good for you. That's amazing. I am a selfless mother. Good for me. That's amazing. I didn't think our styles were too different, you know, but I sent that to her. I sent it to my best friend. I sent it to my Bible study girl. She just liked it. I sent it to a lot of people. One, I like to support pages, and I will send a nice reel to a lot of people to try and like get their reach out there, because that's a good message, you know? Well, this is where everything went to shit. I sent it this morning. I'm in traffic. I'm literally coming back from LA, haven't eaten, and I get 3 or 4 very long paragraphs. And this Amy Winehouse is going off, and I'll let you guys know what it says. I'm sorry, guys. Go to part 3 because I have like 5 seconds left. It's juicy.